makeup tag, and today I'm going to be doing the makeup addiction tag video. This tag was created by Tracey Lay Beauty. I will link her channel below. I've never actually watched her channel before. I actually saw this video on PurplePinkRed's channel. I will also link her channel below. She's super sweet. I actually met her through Nona's channel, and I have been watching a couple of her videos. I actually didn't watch this video yet, but I did see the questions, and I think that this is a good tag to do. It's kind of similar to the makeup collectors tag that I did a little while back. Again, I'm sorry for the breakouts on my face. They're still like kind of healing, so sorry about that. So let's get into the video. So the first question is, how long have you been addicted to makeup? I've been addicted to makeup now around almost 5 or 6 years, I believe. I started really getting into it more at the end of like December 2015 or 14. So I haven't been addicted to it for that long. I mean, it's only been 5 years. I mean, growing up, I always did love makeup. I just never started collecting it and really getting obsessed with it until I was like 25 or 26. I'm almost 31 now. I'm going to be 31 in like 3 weeks. What? No. Just no. But yeah, I have been into it almost 6 years now. It'll be like 6 years by the end of this December. My boyfriend like bought me my first Urban Decay palettes back in like Christmas of 2015. Let me see if I can find that Instagram post. It's like way down in my Instagram posts. Yeah, he got me all these palettes December of 2014. Okay, correction. I'm correcting myself. So it's been about almost, yeah, like 5.5 years, I would say. So 2015, 16, 17, 18, and then the end of this year would be 5 years. So yeah, 5 years. So that is the first question. The second one is, what is the makeup item you are the most addicted to buying? I would say definitely eyeshadow palettes and highlighters, but I would also say lipsticks too. Like for eyeshadow palettes, I've always been like eyeshadow palette collector. I absolutely love eyeshadow palettes, but I can also kind of stop myself from buying an eyeshadow palette unless I really, really want it. There are a lot of eyeshadow palettes on the market lately that I have been very interested in, but I've only picked up 6 eyeshadow palettes this year, but I still feel like that's a lot. I was on a no-buy for them until about February or March. Like, I didn't buy almost any makeup in January and February. And then around March, I bought at least like 2 eyeshadow palettes in March. I bought the Beauty Bakery palette, and I also bought the Milani Pure Passion palette. The reason why I got those 2 palettes was because I've never tried their formulas before. And I've always heard amazing things about Milani's palettes, and I've just been wanting to get more into like trying drugstore makeup eyeshadows, because I'm not really thrilled with any of the drugstore eyeshadow palettes that I've actually gotten except for that palette. I think that palette's amazing. And then for Beauty Bakery, I just wanted to get more into their powder products because I love their blush palette, that I really just wanted to try their eyeshadows. And then I bought the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette, and I absolutely am obsessed with that palette. And then I got the Main Squeeze palette because I just loved the watermelon theme so much, and I still don't own or hadn't owned any of their smaller 9-pan palettes, so I finally wanted to get one. But I have enough ColourPop palettes. Like, I have 5 ColourPop palettes now. Like, I'm done buying them. Even though they keep on releasing new 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. Like, they just released the yellow one right after that palette, and now they just released an orange one like yesterday. I'm just like, can they like calm down? Like, I think they've done all the colors now. Like, what are they going to do now after this, you know? But they're making them like such a cute theme. Like, the orange one is like orange juice themed, which I think is so adorable. And then the yellow one is bumblebee themed. So I'm just like, but the yellow one I'm definitely more interested in than the orange one. But at the same time, like, I bought the Lion King palette, which I'm wearing today. I actually really, really love it. I'm still using it. I'm still enjoying it. And I just bought the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Like, those were the two palettes that I really wanted out of all these palettes that I'm mentioning. And plus, like, I said palettes. But there are, like, other products that I'm still interested in buying from ColourPop. But this is not an anti-haul video or, like, a wish list video. I'm just, like, giving you guys things that I'm interested in lately. But I haven't bought any makeup since my last haul video. I haven't even like replaced any skincare or anything. Like, I'm lying. I did replace one thing from The Ordinary, but other than that, I haven't bought any other makeup this month just because like I haven't been able to afford makeup because I've been paying like for my boyfriend and for my best friend lately. So I haven't been able to purchase makeup lately. But also because like I just don't need anything right now. I think I am going to get a few things next month though, since next month is my birthday. Like I do want to get a few things maybe. But I also like really want to declutter some things. And then like I am actually really ready to declutter some eyeshadow palettes because there are just eyeshadow palettes that I don't use and I want to give them to Marley and I also want to give them to my other friend for her to cut my hair in exchange. I want to give her a few eyeshadow palettes. So, and then definitely highlighters. I can't really like resist not picking up a highlighter, honestly. Like highlighters are like my biggest addiction besides eyeshadow palettes. I just love the glow. I just love highlighters. I love highlighters more than blush. And I have so many. But again, I haven't purchased any since I got the Flexitarian one and the Aladdin one. I don't think I purchased any. Oh, Dreamscape was the last one that I got. That was also from ColourPop. So, and I feel like I have all the ColourPop highlighters I want now that I've been wanting to get. I finally have the ones that I've been wanting for such a long time. I finally just got them. But other than that, I'm like pretty satisfied with the highlighters that I have right now. Like there's really no other highlighters I'm interested in. The only one that like I'm really interested in that like scared the shit out of me is the new Tarte one that's like it's called their Chrome Paint Highlighter. It looks so stunning, but like I don't really need it. And then lipstick would definitely be the third one because like I'm not like I love concealer, but like I haven't repurchased a new concealer since the Fenty Beauty one. For foundation, I haven't repurchased a new one since the Kogendo one, and I got those both back in like April during the Vibe sale. So I haven't bought a new foundation in like 3 months. So it's not like I really need to go out and buy a million foundations. Like I bought all those drugstore foundations at the beginning of the year, so I haven't really bought a new foundation. There's like not a foundation that really interests me to buy right now. And same thing with concealer. Like I just want to finish all my concealers before I actually buy a new one. There's like no concealers I'm really that interested in. And I'm like super picky with concealers. Like if I don't love it when I first use it or if I've used it a few times, I'm like I return it. So but for lipsticks, the only reason why like I buy so many lipsticks sometimes is because I really want to try the formula. Like if there's a formula that I'm interested in, I'm going to get it. But the last lipsticks I got were the two from ColourPop, which was the Ultra Blotted Lip and the Velvet Blur lipstick, which I really have been enjoying both of those. But other than that, I haven't gotten any other lipsticks since then. Okay, so the third one is, but I am actually really interested in like the new Makeup Forever lipsticks. They have like a new formula out, and I feel like there was another one that I was interested in. I'm also interested in a Laura Mercier one. If I find it at Marshall's, like I did actually find it at TJ Maxx, but then I actually put it back. Even though it was going to be super cheap, it was going to be like $5. And then I did also finally find like a Bare Minerals liquid lipstick that I wanted. And it was like $4, but I was like, you know what? I really don't want them because I don't want to overwhelm myself with lipsticks all the time. But I actually did just declutter like 20 more lipsticks. So hopefully I'll be doing a eyeshadow palette and lipstick declutter video very soon because I've already like cleaned them out of my collection. I just need to show you them soon. I just have so many other videos that I still need to post. Okay, number 3. How many of your favorite item do you have? Okay, so I would probably just tell you guys how many highlighters that I have and how many eyeshadow palettes I have. I think for eyeshadow palettes, I have about 50 or 60 eyeshadow palettes. I do have a lot of singles as well, but since I'm getting rid of about 10 to 15 palettes to Marley, I think I've narrowed it down to about 50 now, which makes me feel a lot better. but I'm looking to be like around like 45. So then I can make room to possibly try some new palettes. If I get rid of these palettes to give to Marley, and if I get rid of some of these palettes to give to my friend, I won't feel as overwhelmed about having so many. For highlighters, I think I just counted them recently. I think when I actually counted them, I had about 150. And that's including like my Anastasia Glow Kits, like I'll just count those as one. So clearly I have more if I counted all of those as individual ones. Like there's 4 in each one. So I would say I have well around almost 200, which is crazy, but I use all of my highlighters like as much as I can. Like highlighters is not a problem for me. Like sometimes it's a bit overwhelming, but at the same time it's like it's easier for me to use all my highlighters than it is to use all my eyeshadows. Like, trust me, I am sure that you have eyeshadows that just sit in your drawer that you don't use, but I'm sure you have a highlighter that you use all the time. Or like certain highlighters that you use all the time that you feel like you get a lot more use out of than you do your eyeshadows. Like that's how I feel. I definitely feel like I get more use out of my highlighters than I do out of my eyeshadows. But I try and wear my eyeshadows as much as I can, but sometimes you just don't feel like wearing eyeshadow. And then for lipsticks, I have at least over 100, like probably 150, but I declutter my lipsticks all the time. So like lipsticks aren't really that bad for me. It's still overwhelming for me, but since I clean out my lipsticks almost every couple of months, like lipsticks are definitely the easiest things for me to get rid of. It's really like not that bad for me, and then I'm like usually purchasing new formulas once I declutter like about 20 lipsticks. Like every time I do a declutter for my lipsticks, I try to declutter at least 20 of them. So I think that's pretty good. Um, and then for blushes, I have at least 50 or 60, probably more than that. I'm not really sure how many blushes, but probably at least 60. But I love my blushes. Like, I'll never get rid of my blushes. But I think I'm going to get rid of some bronzers eventually, and I think I'm going to get rid of some blushes, actually. But I can get rid of my highlighters. But, like, everything else, like eyeshadow palettes, even eyeshadow palettes now I can get rid of. And before, I, like, did not even like want to attempt to get rid of any because I love eyeshadow palettes so much, but since it's going to somebody else that I know it's going to use that's going to use them, like I don't want to just throw them away. Like I can't just do that. Like I have to give them to somebody. Like I'm not just going to throw them away. So since I found someone that I can actually give them to now, that's why it makes me feel a lot better about like actually getting them out of my collection that I just don't use. Okay, number 4. Do you buy makeup just to buy it? Sometimes, but sometimes I do not purge. Sometimes I do cave and I do like black out a little bit and just buy what I want. But lately I really haven't been like that. Now I really just buy makeup if I really do want it. If I like sleep on it and I think about it the next day still that I still want it, then I order it. But it used to be like where I would just buy it. But like I would always have the money saved up to buy it. I don't just like buy it on a whim. Usually like 99% of the time for me, when I go into Ulta or Sephora, I know what I want to get. I go in there with like a full list of things that I want to get. Like I never just like buy something on impulse because I want it. I'll go in and buy everything that I want in one go and then go home. Like I don't really go into Ulta and Sephora that much anymore. The only time that I really like buy a big bulk of stuff is from the Sephora VIB sale now. Like I really don't, or like when Ulta's 20% coupons going on. Like I definitely like shop more at Ulta for like cheaper things, and then for Sephora, I only really go in there when I need to replace my Beauty Blender cleanser. But other than that, I really don't try to just buy makeup on a whim anymore. I really just buy it because I want it. But I definitely go 3 or 4 weeks now without buying makeup because like I want to enjoy like my newer things before I like get something new that I really just like want to thoroughly test it out before I get something else. So, it's a constant struggle. I would say yes and no. Because it makes it sound like, oh, I just buy makeup whenever I want to, like it's such an addiction. Yes and no. I buy it when I really want it. but I like don't go out and buy like a million things anymore to have like a massive haul anymore. Like I don't do that. I only just buy like a few things that I really, really, really want. But I did like set myself to be on a no buy this past year, but I think I'm just gonna like buy less and less things now. I think there are still a few things that I want, but I feel like I have more self-control now that I'm only gonna get them when I actually have money for them. I'm not just gonna buy them just to buy them anymore. Um, but I do want to buy some makeup for my birthday. But like after that, I think I'm gonna wait until like the vibe sale basically to get anything else because I really just want to enjoy my collection. I have so much makeup that like I need to just enjoy it. Okay, number 5. Do you look at an item and have the need compulsion to buy more to complete the collection? I don't really do that anymore. I used to feel like I needed to like collect every single eyeshadow palette in a line, like chocolate bar palettes, the Naked palettes, the Anastasia palettes, but after I bought the Modern Renaissance palette, I never bought an Anastasia palette again because I loved that palette so much and I felt like all of her other palettes like didn't really interest me as much as that one. I feel like that's one of the best eyeshadow palettes that she's ever done. A lot of people feel that way, but I don't feel the need to collect every single one. Like I'm not going to use them enough for me to have every single one. For the Too Faced chocolate bars, I just stopped supporting Too Faced, so it was easy for me to make that decision after the Peach palette. And then the Naked palettes, I still love, and if I am really interested in it, I will get it, but I did not get the Reloaded palette because that did not interest me whatsoever, but I do love the Cherry palette. Um, but I don't have like a complete collection of things like the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea collection. I love their concealer and I love the highlighters and I love the lipsticks, but like I only have like one of each. Like I don't need like everything in that line, or like the Peach collection. Like I have the Peach blush, the Peach lip glosses, and like the Peach palette. Like there's select things that I've wanted, like the new Aladdin collection that came out. I got the highlighter, I got the lipstick, I got the pigment. Like I only just get select pieces that I know that I really want. I'm not going to spend like $200 like getting the whole collection. There's like no point of doing that to me, and it's just a waste of money. And I just want to buy things um that I know that I'm going to use and what I really wanted essentially from the collection. I don't really have a compulsion to buy like every single lipstick in one line. I'll buy one lipstick or two. If there's like two nudes that I really want, then I'll get both. But like I am satisfied with like one shade from every formula. Like I don't need like more than that. I've never like went out and bought like an entire line of lipstick. Because I just don't, it's just overwhelming for me to do that. So I'm like, I only have one pair of lips. Like, I don't need it all at the same time. So, no, I don't do that. Um, Number 6. Do you have more than 10 mascaras and how many are open? Yes, I definitely have more than 10 mascaras. I definitely have to go through them again and get rid of more. How many are open? All of them. I rotate mascaras a lot, that it's not like a big deal if I have multiple mascaras open. I'm going to use all of them. So it's not like a waste for me. And if I have to get rid of them, I get rid of them. So that's not really like a big deal for me. I haven't purchased a mascara since the Thrive one, I believe, and that was back in like April. I don't think I got any other mascara after that. Before that, I got the ColourPop one. Yeah, I haven't gotten any other mascaras after that. I don't remember if I bought any other high-end mascaras after that. I don't think I did. Okay, number 7. Do you ever throw makeup away? Yes, I do. Usually when I do, it's either like an expired foundation or concealer that I wasn't able to finish. But 99% of the time, I always check my foundations and my concealers. But I have actually recently thrown out a couple of foundations lately. Like the Milani one, it's just like the shade is not good for me. And then there were 2 other drugstore ones that I just felt like weren't good anymore that I did throw both of those away. And then for lipsticks, if I declutter my lipsticks and I go through them and I know I've had them for a really long time, I will throw them away because they smell bad and no one else is going to use them. So I'm not going to give like expired makeup to somebody else. Like they smell like shit, I'm going to throw them out. So yes, I do just throw makeup away sometimes, but like for eyeshadow palettes, I can't just throw it away. Number 8, what is your oldest makeup item? I think I have it right over here. I think this is definitely my oldest makeup item that I still own. I don't use it anymore, but it's definitely my oldest makeup item. This is like the most nostalgic item to me. I showed this in my makeup journey video. Oh wait, is this really old too, or have I just not used this? Oh, I have this too. This is like super old too, but that's okay. This is like my oldest makeup item that I still have. This is the Too Faced French and Fabulous Majestic Makeup Collection. This is a really old Too Faced eyeshadow palette. You know what's so crazy is that like the biggest collector on YouTube, I believe, is Tara Babies. I don't think anybody else has a bigger makeup collection than her. She doesn't even own this palette. She has like so many Too Faced palettes. She even has ones that are like in this packaging, I think. And she doesn't own this palette. But this was like my first eyeshadow palette. Besides this one, I had like the Sephora like huge like 20 million color palette inside. I hit pan on so many shades in that palette, but I don't have it anymore. But this is definitely my oldest item that I own at the moment. Yeah, for sure. This is definitely like my oldest one. I've had this since I was like 16 or something, or 18. I think I was like 18 when my brother got this for me, or like maybe 20. I've had it at least 10 years, I think. And I use this thing to death. That's why I have pan on that shade. But yeah, this is what started my love of makeup. I had this for such a long time though. I'm like, this is the only palette that I need. I never need any other palettes. I'm like, what's the point? Like, I love this palette. And then I like totally got obsessed with eyeshadow palettes when I was like 25. But yeah, I think that's definitely my oldest oldest makeup item. My brother gifted it to me from Christmas for Christmas when he used to work at Sephora. He used to be like one of the greeters in the front. He would never actually sell the makeup, but he did buy me that. And I thought that was like, it's so funny how my brother like doesn't really have like fashion sense or like that much taste and stuff. But it's really funny that he was the one that actually like picked out a really nice palette. Like probably somebody helped him get it in the store, but I just think it's funny that like it came from him and that's like where it grew. Like my mom used to buy us Chanel. She used to buy us like Bobbi Brown. Like my mom used to spoil us getting like really nice makeup. And then we just went to MAC and she used to buy us MAC because she was like, Chanel's too expensive. I'm not buying it for you anymore. I'm like, we don't blame you. So yeah, I've always had a love for makeup and I will link my makeup journey video below so you can watch that and get more into the history of me getting into makeup because like I'm not going to say it all in this video, but I feel like it does connect to this video. Okay, number 9, how often do you shop for makeup? Like once a month now. I've been trying to cut that even more down myself. I think the last time I did buy makeup was like the first week of July. So it's been like 3 weeks, but yeah, it's been like once a month now. I don't really go shopping more than that. The only time I do is if I go to Marshall's to see if they've gotten anything new, but like my Marshall's hasn't had anything good in a long time that I haven't bought anything, but I will go and look. But if it's not something that I really want or something I'm really dying to find at Marshall's, I won't buy anything. The only things that I'll buy there now are the simple makeup wipes because they do get them in store a lot now and they're a lot cheaper buying them there than at CVS. But anything else, like I haven't bought from there in a while and I haven't bought anything in stores since since the stuff that I ordered online from Ulta and Sephora and ColourPop. But other than that, I haven't bought any other makeup in the past few weeks. So yeah, like once a month now. It used to be like 2 or 3 times a month like last year. But then I said to myself, no, like once a month. And if you don't want anything, then you should really try to just not shop for makeup for a little while. So that's what I've been doing lately. Number 10, do you buy any products just for the packaging? Honestly, this past year has been the only time that I've like really bought things for the packaging, and most of the time it's been stuff from MAC. I kind of bought this just for the packaging, but also because I thought the colors were just absolutely stunning in this palette. But there's only like 2 other things like from MAC that I bought just because I thought the packaging was so stunning. Like, I felt like I became one of those people that, like, needs, like, a MAC, like, limited edition piece just for the packaging. Like, and I was like, I've never been like that before, but I feel like these two collections from MAC were just so beautiful that I actually did buy them. So I did get the MAC Fleur Real Highlight Powder from the spring collection, and I just thought the packaging was so stunning. And the inside had like this overlay of like sparkle, and then it has like these petals inside. I just thought it was so springy and beautiful. So I did get that. And then the other one was the MAC Electric Wonder Compact, because I just thought that this was stunning packaging. Like, look at this. Isn't this so beautiful? I freaking love it. I just think the packaging on both of these were so stunning that I was like, I kind of need this just because the packaging is so beautiful. This I don't really understand how to use. I do use both of these as a blush, even though this is supposed to be like a shimmering bronzer and this is supposed to be like a highlighting powder for like underneath your eyes and stuff. But I'm just like, why is it pink then? But I do use it as a blush, but I do feel like as a blush it's still a little bit too dull. So it's like kind of pointless, but at the same time, like, I still needed it. And then this one is actually a lot prettier as a blush, but I still feel like it kind of looks a bit texturized when I put it on. I actually should have worn this as a blush today, but I just wore my Buxom one. But this one I definitely like more than that one. This one has a little bit more of like a shimmery effect to it, and it definitely has more pigment than the other one, but the packaging is just like this beautiful marble packaging. Like, it's so pretty. So, but other than that, I really don't, and probably like the ColourPop Main Squeeze palette, but like I still use those a hell of a lot more than I use like these compacts. So yeah, that's like the only time the packaging really has gotten me lately. But this past year I've really been trying to be more picky with packaging, and I just, for eyeshadow palettes, I really just look at the color scheme and if I'm going to use the palette a ton to see how much I'm actually going to use the colors. I like think about the practicality of the palette first before I actually buy it for the packaging, which I usually don't do anymore with eyeshadow palettes and stuff. Okay, number 11. When a new item is released that you want, do you set an alarm? The only time, I don't set an alarm, I just set a reminder, and usually the only time I do that is when ColourPop launches something. Especially if it's like a Kathleen Lights collection, then I'll usually set my alarm. I'm not like a hardcore fan of Kathleen, but I do really like Kathleen. She's probably my favorite, like, big YouTuber. Like, I still really like her. But I do think that the collaborations that she comes out with ColourPop are always good, that I always end up buying them. Like, I bought all the blushes from the Zodiac collection. I think the last time I set was for the Villains collection. I think that's the last time I set a reminder for a collection. But other than that, I won't like be crazy about being on the website for a launch. But for the Disney Villains collection, I made sure I was on that website and bought that. Oh, and the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. I definitely did set a reminder for that. I forgot about that because I knew those lipsticks were going to sell out, and that was probably like the only time that I was actually like on the website, checked it out, put it in my cart and checked out. Like, but that was like the last time like that I was part of like that makeup frenzy thing, but that was like really the only time this year. Other than that, like, I'll just wait till the hype dies down, or I'm usually pretty good about checking out really quickly and getting it before everybody else does. Like, I'm pretty good about that. So yeah, not to like toot my own horn or anything. Like, yay, I'm good at spending money and getting it before everybody else does. But yeah, sometimes I am pretty lucky with that stuff. So, no, we only have 3 more questions left. Number 12. This is a no-brainer. Do you have the Ulta and Sephora apps on your phone? Yes, of course I do. The reason why I keep them is because I always check my order status on those usually. It's a lot easier than like signing into your account every single time. You can just use your fingerprint and you can track your order. For Ulta, I usually always have it so I can check how many points I have just in case if I can use points if I go to the store and I check if I have like $3 and then I tell them, can I use my points? That's usually the only reason why I have the Ulta app. I don't really use the Ulta app for anything else. Like, I don't really order anything from the Ulta app. I do order a few things from the Sephora app though. But yes, of course I have the Sephora app on my phone. I do feel like I shop more at Sephora than I do at Ulta lately. But I did get these two things off of the Ulta website for the 20% off. Because they have MAC and they have Luminous Cosmetics, and obviously Sephora doesn't sell those brands, but Sephora does sell a lot more brands that I am more interested in these days than Ulta does. Like they have no, not Kat Von D, never mind. They have Kogendo, Giorgio Armani, Kevin Aucoin, like all Dior, all like the higher end designers that I'm like more interested in sometimes, like, or like YSL when like the Sephora sale rolls around. Excuse me. Okay, number 13. This is crazy. This has actually never happened to me. Do you have so much makeup that you forget what you have, that you purchase makeup items again? That's never happened to me. I'm actually like really good about keeping track of what makeup I actually own. Why am I like coughing so much now? That I'll make sure I know exactly what I own. I need a cough drop right now. I know I have them somewhere, but for some reason I just started coughing a lot. Hold on one second. But no, that's never actually happened to me. Sorry, I was like coughing up a storm. But yeah, I've never actually done that. The only time I'll do that is if I need to go out and actually repurchase something that I need to replace that I've used up. But I actually do that more at Lucky than I do purchasing makeup. I actually forget or think that I'm purchasing like a different pair of denim that I already own, and then I ended up repurchasing a denim that I already had, and I didn't even realize that it was different until I worn it like a few times, and I was like so upset. But the only difference was that it was a different size. But I do have 2 pairs of denim. One pair I bought like last year I have 2 pairs of, and then another pair that I bought like the end of last year I bought again this past year. I didn't realize it was the same one. But like with makeup, I've never done that. So number 14, I'm just like really good about keeping track of what I actually own. And I always make a list of things I know that I want. That never usually happens to me. It's always like when like a new launch is coming out that doesn't end up happening to me. Or like if I'm in Sephora and I'm looking at a certain thing, I'll always know that it's like something new because it's something that just got released. Like I'm not going to go look at something that's old and purchase it again. If I like a certain shade of lipstick, I'll know like which shade I already own. Number 14, the last question. Does your makeup make you happy? Yes, it does, but I feel like these days I just get still very overwhelmed by my collection, that I just still feel like I need to get rid of some things. Like, I still love it. It does make me happy, but at the same time, it's like, it is overwhelming. So I would say just be careful of what you buy. I think I say this in every single makeup addiction video, but it's like, I love it. I still own it because I spent my money on it. I still use it because I love it. But yes, I do feel like I still have too much. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get rid of any of it because it feels terrible, like getting rid of things that you spent your money on. So, but yes, it does make me very happy. I do love makeup. It does make me very happy when I'm going through a hard time, especially when I lost Remy. And it is therapeutic in a way. It's not just makeup. It's just a way to transform yourself and have fun and wear glitter and wear color and wear, it's not like just to cover up. It's a lot more than that. And I think like people forget that like it makes you feel like a badass. It makes you feel confident. It makes you feel beautiful. If you struggle with I don't struggle with any skin conditions, thank God, or like blotchiness or anything like that. I just wear it because I love it. I wear it because I love all the shimmery things and the pretty things, because that's how I've always been. I'm a girl. I enjoy makeup. So yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. Again, I will leave Tracey's channel linked below. I'll probably go watch her addiction tag after this. This was such a fun makeup tag to do. I love you guys. I hope you guys do the tag. Why can't I speak today? Like, I need to go to my boyfriend's house, but like for some reason my mouth again is moving faster than my actual lips. My brain is moving faster than my lips. See, I can't even say that right. But I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. And this was really fun to do. So yeah, bye.